Hey there, welcome to the Live Life Happy Book Club. I'm Andrea Seydel, and I help people read, write, and publish books. And today we have an incredible book for you, Flourish, a visionary new understanding of happiness and well-being by Martin Seligman. What if happiness wasn't just about feeling good, but was about thriving in every area of your life? That's exactly what Martin Seligman explores in Flourish. As one of the founding figures of positive psychology, Seligman expands on the science of happiness and introduces a new model for well being that goes far beyond just fleeting pleasure. So he shows us how to cultivate a deeper and more fulfilling life using research backed strategies. And we're learning from the best here. So if you want to live life happy, this book is a must read. So, the author, Dr. Martin Seligman, is a psychologist, a researcher, and one of the pioneers of positive psychology. He's basically spent decades studying what makes people truly thrive. His early work focused on learned helplessness, but over time, he shifted towards exploring human strengths and flourishing. Flourish, the book, is a culmination of his research. It offers so much. It's almost like a blueprint for a life of meaning, engagement, and authentic happiness. So, in a nutshell, oh my gosh, there's so much in this book, but what's inside this book is he introduces the PERMA model. And this is a powerful framework for well being that goes beyond just simple happiness. This is a deep model that has been proven through research and through science that it can help us to live life happy. So, positive emotions. The P stands for positive emotions. So, cultivating emotions like joy, like gratitude, optimism, they all can boost our happiness. And so, when we cultivate these emotions, we feel really good. So, the more we can cultivate positive emotions, the happier we will be, right? So, that upward spiral of positive emotions. So, cultivating those emotions. And then he talks about engagement. So, this is all about getting engaged in our life. So, finding flow, those moments when you're really absorbed in an activity, when time flies by, when you're just having so much engorged, engaged, focused time, and you lose track of time. It's like, oh my gosh, this is just like time just flew by. This is a moment of engagement where we feel challenged enough, but at the same token, we're enjoying ourselves. It's not too challenging that we feel defeated. And so, moments, this is one of the frameworks, this is one of the elements of well being. And then he talks about relationships and building strong, meaningful connections that contribute to long term well being. And this is part of the model. The other piece is meaning, having a sense of purpose and contributing to the greater good and contributing to the world helps us to feel better. And it's one of the elements of well being. And so, accomplishment, I don't know about you, but when you have this sense of accomplishment, when you achieve something, it feels so good. So, setting and achieving goals to foster growth gives us this sense of success, this sense of accomplishment. So, Seligman argues that true happiness and well being is about nurturing all of these elements rather than just having, fleeting emotions of happiness. It's about cultivating all the elements of this PERMA model: positive emotions, engagement, relationships, meaning, and accomplishment. And so this whole, there's so much in this book that can help you really, really foster well-being. And so how can we apply these lessons? And so one of the best ways to implement the principles from Flourish is to focus on gratitude and strength-based living. So here's how we can do it. So basically, daily gratitude practice. Each night, write down three things that went well for you and why they happened and why they made you feel good. So this simple habit rewires your brain to focus on the positive. It cultivates more positive emotions. So daily gratitude practice. So each night, write down those three good things and what went well. So what went well and why they happened. And just expanding on it, that simple habit can help you rewire your brain to notice good, but also to experience and savor those positive emotions. The other thing that he talks about too is finding your strengths. So take that VIA character strengths test to identify your top strengths and try to utilize your strengths every single day. And it's different for everyone, right? It's very individualized. So if you can utilize your top character strengths, you try to use them daily, that contributes to our well being as well. He also talks about creating meaningful goals. So, he does talk about shifting away from short term pleasure to long term fulfillment. So, by setting goals, it's not just that we're getting short term pleasure in the moment. We also want to factor in some meaningful goals to us, some long term fulfillment. So, we're thinking about working towards something. And this is really important because when we cultivate and create these meaningful goals, by setting goals that are aligned with your values, it can really help us to be happy and allow us to feel like we're moving towards something that has meaning for us and give us that sense of accomplishment. The other thing he talks about is deepening relationship, obviously. So, what we can do, here's some actionable nuggets is those daily gratitude practices, find and use your strengths, create meaningful goals for yourself that are aligned with what you value, what's important to you, and then also deepen relationships. So, maybe reach out to somebody today, maybe express appreciation for someone today and allow yourself to strengthen some social bonds. Allow yourself to have that boost of well-being by deepening relationships and connecting with someone. And then the other thing is to get into flow state. So notice what activities make you lose track of time. What makes you feel like you're making an effort and you're engaging in life, and try to engage in those more often, in those activities that just make you lose track of time. I know for me, it's reading books, it's doing the podcast, it's doing the YouTube channels like this, summarizing, highlighting books. So, what is it for you? So, why this all matters is that flourishing isn't just about feeling good. It's about being good and doing good. And Seligman's research, he really does show us that by shifting our focus from just, momentary happiness, we can actually cultivate and we can create more resilience, more meaning in our life, and more fulfilling lives. And the best part is that well-being isn't fixed, that this is something we can actively cultivate and that we can pursue and we can make happen for ourselves. And so think about it. When was the last time you felt truly engaged in something? When did you last feel a deep sense of purpose? So imagine if you could build more of this, more of those moments into your everyday life. So, if there's one thing you take away from Flourish, it's this: true well being isn't just about being happy, it's about thriving in all aspects of your life. It's about positive emotions. It's about deep engagement. It's about strong relationships. It's about feeling a sense of meaning and purpose. And it's about personal achievements and accomplishment. So, what's one area of PERMA you'd like to focus on? Maybe it's building stronger relationships or finding more flow or setting a meaningful goal for yourself. Choose one and start flourishing today. Until next time, helping you live life happy, I'm Andrea Seydel. See you next time for another amazing book.